is for Family Season 4 is finally here, and I have to say, this show just keeps getting better and better. More variation in storytelling, better subplots, better character interactions, better writing just in general. More funny than it was seasons before, although a few jokes fell flat. It really did impress me this time around, and it's showing what Netflix can do with a lot of their animated shows. They do continually increase in quality. I loved watching this 4th season, and I watched all 3 seasons of F is for Family in preparation before watching the 4th, so I just kind of fell into the 4th as if I was binge watching it today and have them all available to me, and they all play perfectly. I feel like it would make sense they would play perfectly. It's all the same show, but what I really love about this show is that it's set in the 70s, and they keep it that way. There's no time jumps or anything like that, no gigantic gaps we have to worry about. It really is telling this story of the family note by note, beat by beat. There are a few small time jumps, but it's for the sake of storytelling. And that's what you should do. You don't do it just to do it. Now, that's not a huge point for why I like this newest season, but I feel like it has to be said because it really did impress me, just season from season to season. No big character changes out of nowhere. Everyone was developing as the show went on, episode to episode. And that's another great thing this season did. It fleshed out all of its main characters as well as some of its side characters. We got a little bit more development on those outside people. And of course, this season revolves around Frank Murphy having to confront his father about the physical and verbal abuse he received as a child. That interaction, by far, was the most interesting of the entire show, because not only did Frank Murphy change throughout this season, but so did his father, and it led to one of the most incredible final episodes of this entire series, leading up to a cliffhanger like you would expect with a Netflix animated series trying to get renewed. That really was something I was not expecting. The only thing I would say that was negative about the interaction between Frank and his father was that we didn't really get to see enough of it. I get why they did that, because they wanted to flesh out the other characters, but it really was the most interesting part of the season. It didn't get enough screen time. It was definitely there, but it should have had a little bit more, at least in my opinion, because that was the best part of this entire season. And don't get me wrong, the subplots were really good this time around. There was a lot of stuff going on that developed a lot of characters in unique ways. And I know these are kind of generic statements, but I really don't want to spoil this season for anyone, because it is something people should definitely check out and support. It's that good of a season. This show keeps getting better and better and better. And as far as comedy goes, it's a pretty funny season all the way around. There are a lot of jokes pretty much everywhere. I felt like there were more set-up punchline jokes than I was expecting, but they were funny, so who gives a shit? If it's a funny show, it's a funny show. That's all you need. The only ones that weren't that funny were jokes surrounding the character Bob Pogo, the fat guy. I don't know, they weren't anything super clever. It's just, oh, he's fat. That's the joke. He's fat. That's the joke of the show. That's the joke for this guy. It wasn't great, but the other stuff was really funny. I found myself laughing at the show a good number of times. So all in all, F is for Family Season 4 is really fantastic, and I think you guys should go and check it out. And as for a Season 5, I would absolutely love to see one. It's super early on right now, so I can't say whether or not that is guaranteed to happen. But in my mind, when your show is continually increasing in quality, it should have the opportunity to keep going until that quality dips below the season before it. Then we get into some red territory, but this one for sure is the best one yet, at least in my opinion. So post down in the comments below what you thought of Season 4 of F is for Family, whether you think you should get another one, what your favorite season was, all of that stuff. I would love to hear it down below. And if you haven't seen the show yet, I didn't spoil anything for you. You can go straight through it right now on Netflix. Support this show. It's super solid. Bill Burr is an incredibly funny guy, and this show shows it. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.